Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, I am truly honored to be here and thankful. I would like to thank the organizer for this amazing event. Like this kind of events should be more frequent to bring cultures and knowledge and people close to each other. Today I am here to speak about my experiences here in Finland, about integration and how I integrated to Finnish society from Moroccan background. So I tell you some information about myself, how I got here to this point where I am now. So my name is Naima El Issaoui, Moroccan citizen and also Finnish citizen. Born in Morocco and moved with my family in 1994 when I was 10 years old. I am married and mother of 3 children. My first feeling with Finland was that our airplane landed to Vantaa, Helsinki airport, so I was like, oh my God. I remember like this time that was so dark, snowing, I was like a little bit confused and scared about new life. But also at that time I was very optimistic that inside about all the opportunities and possibilities that Finland could give me. About my childhood, when I was thinking to come to speak to you, I was like, actually that was very normal with full of challenges, of course. We lived in suburb of Vantaa, in Hakunila. I think that many have heard about it. And the challenges, of course, it was like a new language, new culture, so it wasn't so easy, for example, like Finnish kid. It was really challenging to balance between 2 completely different cultures for both, as for me, or for children, and also to the parents who tried to retain the original Moroccan culture alive and present in our daily life, but at the same time push it as to seek for an education and thus move up in the societal ladders. But that time is very difficult example for teenagers who are living between 2 cultures to understand. So I think it was very, very hard time for us because at that moment there is not a lot of Moroccan families here in Finland 25, 27 years ago. But we survived it and growth, and actually it is gave me strength to understand other peoples from other cultures. So studies as my family life, I studied in the regular elementary school with other regular Finnish children and very few immigrants around us. Sometimes being the only immigrant in the class, and that time there were no significant segregation present as nowadays. Maybe not accepted me like because of my background and color, but like I said before, I never gave up and I just went head up. I graduated from high school and same time also from vocational with a double degree, which gave me a high school degree and a business diploma. After my high school graduation, I worked for 2 years. Actually, it was my first ever office job. But after that, after 2 years, I decided that I need to improve my education and work skills. So I decided to go back to school and study more. I enrolled to a University of Applied Science to study international business trade, and these all happened in the same city of Vantaa. And of course, at the same time, I was doing a side job in my local grocery store, first as cashier and also as shift manager. As an immigrant, I think I have done more extra than Finnish people, just to prove that to get trust from employers, from workmates. For me, it was easy, but I think it's easy with me with a good language, Finnish language skills. It doesn't matter so much, but I think for people who move adult to Finland, it's more difficult. Nowadays, I work as a financial expert and also as team leader in the Helsinki City Rescue Department. Actually, I am the first immigrant in the administrative level of rescue department, and at the first time when I went there, it was a surprise for everyone in the department, and I got many questions about my background, where I am from. I am half Finnish, or I am full from other country, and about my religion. I was like, oh my God, why they are asking about me? But I understand, because that was the first one with other, and like rescue department, there's a lot of, they are not having contact with other immigrants. But this happened in 2012, so 10 years ago. Many things changed in the period, including people attitude and how they relate. And of course, Finnish people get used with immigrants more and more. But I see that in work labor, we have a lot to do with this, like people should get job easier than no, and background or special name should not affect. About my influences and politics, influencing others has been always an important part of me since the early childhood. I could never turn a blind eye to any injustice I could witness around me. And I always felt a very strong need to define those who could not define or take care of themselves. Therefore, it was very natural for me to join those associations and provide them my help in form of sharing my experience and knowledge how to act and successfully integrate into a Finnish society. In those organizations, my focus was mainly immigrant women, young people, and their families, because they are in the weak position in society. And after a long period, I started to realize that I could impact the society and show up the real issues immigrants face on their daily basis, and therefore bring the change that was needed in the municipal level. So that's why I decided to join political party, call it SDP. I belong to Democratic Party since 2016. SDP reflects the values that are important to me, such as equality, parity, and solidarity. So I was elected to the Vantaa City Council in the municipal election in summer, and now I am working for a better place for us. And as a mother of 3 kids, so I try to raise my kids as Finnish, but at the same time I take care about Moroccan roots, and I teach them Moroccan culture, and of course native language is very important. And same time, I avoid to be too tight for them and give them maybe more freedom that I got at that time. So if I can conclude this is my story, I think I see that successful integration, in my opinion, consists of trusting your own background and your own self in the process, and avoid not to forget your original roots. But at the same time, I have to be open for new home country and be receptive for its positive influences. And the main key element for the integration is the sufficient language skills that help you along the way and open the doors that are needed. And I see that Finnish people also help when they see that you are really trying to do your best, and they help you to integrate to the society. That was my story. I hope that was interesting and inspiration for other immigrants and new people here in Finland. So thank you. And if you have any question, I am here to answer.